Well, Republicans are trying to launch their plan to replace the new health care law after they voted in the House successfully to repeal the thing. House leaders are directing 4 House committees to try to lay the groundwork for an alternative. At the same time, they are focused on stripping away parts of that current law. Let's talk about their prospects with Bob Cusack. He is managing editor of The Hill. All right, we all know that this thing passed the House. We all know that it's hit a brick wall in the Senate. So where do we go from here?
Well, I think it's going to be, first, a lot of pressure on Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid to call up a vote. Now, the Republicans don't have the votes for this, but House Republicans have been pressing Reid, let's schedule a vote. Mitch McConnell has said, I'm going to bring up it as much as I can. And so Harry Reid has the decision whether he brings it up or allow Republicans to bring it up as an amendment to another bill, maybe an appropriations bill. That's going to be the pressure. But make no mistake about it, this will be voted on this Congress by the Senate. It's just a matter of when. And then House Republicans, of course, come up with their plan to replace it and have hearings, extensive hearings on the implementation of this. So they're going to be going after this bill in many different ways. This is just phase 1, the passing of the repeal bill. Well,
Republicans have public opinion largely on their side. They also have 3 letters that most Americans really do not like. IRS. How does that figure into their arsenal here?
Well, that's what they're going to be. In the majority, the House Republicans will be able to dictate what the hearings are about. So they'll have hearings on the IRS, collecting money to enforce the law, so that if you don't buy this health insurance, then the IRS would come after you. So that's one of the ways that they're going to be seeking to defund the implementation of it and put Democrats on the defensive as far as defending the IRS, which, of course, no politician ever wants to do. So that's going to be, they're going to go after abortion provisions, that stuff that was signed into law by President Obama. It wasn't signed into law. It was actually, he put out an executive order, and Republicans are saying, well, that should be put in the law as far as not allowing taxpayer-funded abortions. Now, Democrats look at it and say, well, if you look at the polls, they're starting to improve on this, but they've got a long way to go. This is a conversation Republicans like to have.
Well, and again, you know, many of the aspects of this bill that were passed last year, we're not going to start seeing them implemented for a couple of years yet, right?
That's right. Not until 2014. So this is going to be going up all the way through the next presidential election. And it's interesting to see that Democrats, who were criticized for not focusing on the economy in the last Congress, and then we saw the shellacking in November. Well, now Democrats are trying to turn that around and saying, well, you're focusing on health care, not focusing on the economy. It's an interesting political dynamic.
But you predict that there will be a vote in the Senate. We're going to hold you to that prediction and see what happens. Bob Cusack from The Hill. Bob, thanks,
John.